Alright, hello everybody and welcome to another edition of B&B Sports Talk. And it is now NBA All-Star Weekend, and I'm pretty excited about it. Damian Lillard is in like 5 competitions, which is awesome. I'm excited to watch him. But what we're going to be doing today is talking about kind of similar to what we did with our NFL. We're going to be talking about who's been disappointments, who's been a pleasant surprise, that kind of thing. So, there's been a few kind of nice surprises. I haven't really watched them, but I've heard the Suns are doing really well. Unexpected. But I gotta go Trailblazers. I think they're, I just think they're, yeah, I mean, I like them. I'm a fan. I didn't even expect much from them. I thought kind of, they'll just be the same as it's been for years. Maybe squeak into the playoffs and lose in the first round. But this is a good young team. I mean, I don't quite know what the difference is between this year and last year, because it's pretty much the same team. But regardless, I mean, they've got one of the best records in the NBA, and they're playing really well. And Lillard and Aldridge are both all-stars, and they're both, they're both incredible players, and they've got, I believe they're rated 27th in defense, which is not good, but I think they can, come playoffs, hopefully they'll shore that up a little bit, and maybe a little bit too much live and die by the 3, but I think they could be a dangerous team come playoffs because they're young and they're determined, and they want to prove people who aren't talking about them wrong. And so yeah, Portland would be my surprise team.
I think that for my surprise team, it would definitely be the Blazers. I mean, come off a very, very terrible season last year, having less than 500, having a less than 500 record, not, doing absolutely terrible, to this year having are they 40 wins yet? They have a lot.
I think they're like 36.
I think it's like 36 wins. But regardless, that's still an amazing, huge transformation from last year, where they only managed like 36 wins the entire season.
Yeah.
And I think they're definitely on the road to the playoffs. Maybe even making deep into the playoffs, which would make me happy. And because I'm a Blazers fan. I like the Blazers and Spurs, which both teams are doing excellent this year. So, so they're my surprise team, because that's just, the transformation from being horrible to being great is, it's a huge leap.
Yeah, they sure did. I think they lost their last 13 games of last year season or something. So, they were very inconsistent all last year, and to do what they've done is just very impressive. And yeah, so let's move on to the disappointments. I think both New York teams have been extremely disappointing. The Nets and the Knicks. They're both below 500. They, it's hard for me to pick one, because I expected them both to be pretty good. In the East right now, it's basically just Miami and Indiana. It's kind of a two-horse race, but I would have to go with either the Knicks or the Nets. I would probably go with the Nets, just because I expected a lot from them, and I think you picked them to get to the finals. So I mean, they had expectations. You know, I mean, they have like every 5 of their players, starters, are pretty darn good, and to not even be 500, I think is pretty disappointing indeed. I mean, it's but the Knicks, I mean, they just, I don't even know. I mean, Carmelo Anthony's playing pretty good, but I don't know really what their problem is, to be honest. I think now they've almost quit on Mike Woodson, who's, you know, I think it's going to be his final year regardless of if they squeak into the playoffs or not. They just have not been good, so but yeah, I would go with the Nets. Now, you know, in the West is very strong, but I would say of all the teams in the West, Denver probably would be my disappointment, because last year I really enjoyed watching them. They got into the paint and scored like at will. I'd never seen anything like it, and now they're at like one of the bottom teams in the West, so that's disappointing. But overall, I would go with the Brooklyn Nets as my my biggest disappointment, because they just have not lived up to the expectations that were, you know, I know a lot of people had them. So yeah, what's your disappointment?
I think Brooklyn definitely. I mean, I picked them to win the finals, and they totally disappointed me. I mean, their entire starting 5 was like all legendary people.
Yeah.
And they still managed. They're not even 500 right now, so they're mine. That's my upset.
Yeah, I think they're I think they're just old, to be honest. I mean, Darren Williams is a good younger player, I guess. I guess he's not young, but, you know, Garnett, Pierce, Johnson are all, you know, older at least. So, yeah, and I believe they lost Brook Lopez, so that's a big loss too. So yeah, it's been an exciting year so far for the NBA, and I think that about does it for us. I mean, we'll probably do another video as the playoffs near, maybe, you know, predicting kind of more of a playoff situation, but who's going to be in there. But so yeah, thank you very much for watching, and if you enjoyed, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and enjoy the All-Star games.